All right, breaking news at the top of the bulletin. The cyclone Titli has made a landfall in Odisha. It has hit 86 kilometers southwest of Gopalpur coast, crossing the North Andhra Pradesh and South Odisha coast. It is a very severe cyclonic storm with surface wind speed of 140 to 150 kilometers per hour and the gusting of 165 kilometers per hour. Over 3 lakh people have been evacuated to safer zones before this landfall. So the cyclone Titli has in fact hit the Odisha coast, and these visuals coming to you right from there, and the Met Department had already warned the people. A lot of people had been evacuated as there has been a high alert in Odisha and also Andhra Pradesh ahead of cyclone Titli making a landfall in the area. This is a very severe cyclonic storm that has now hit Odisha. These are live visuals that we are bringing to you from the area. You can see the wind speed, and you can imagine from the visuals that are on your screen the kind of severe impact that this cyclone will be having in the area that it has made a landfall at. All right, my colleague Manogya now joins me live for further inputs on this story. Manogya, can you just tell us and take us through exactly, because it has just been barely within an hour when this cyclone has hit the coast in Odisha, the kind of arrangements that have been put in place were all the government was already at it, and now I believe NDRF teams and other units are also there so that the damage can be reduced to a minimum.
Well, it was a cyclone till 24 hours ago and then turned into a severe cyclone, and that's the reason why the government pressed into action almost all the facilities and the resources that it had, including all kind of assistance from the central government and the NDRF forces also. The fact that this is one of the unique kinds of cyclones that we've seen, because this has been turning into a severe cyclone with due respect of time and has been gathering more moisture as well as has been becoming stronger with every passing hour. The landfall has taken place near Gopalpur, but that does not mean that the threat is over. Now this is the time when the turbulence actually begins after the landfall, because now the winds will be stronger, the waves will be higher, and with that, once the entire turbulence, the entire cyclone storm moves towards West Bengal, the turbulence will be higher in Odisha and Andhra Pradesh, because the periphery, or you call the circumference of the cyclone, is what affects the region maximum. We're being told that even the landfall has taken place early in the morning. That itself is of a big benefit to the locals, because once it takes place in the morning, the entire day is with the administration to ensure that everyone is safe and secure in the cyclone centers that are made by Odisha government in past several years at various places, because it is the state that has been facing the maximum number of cyclones in the past also. Remember, it's not just about the administrative arrangements that are made, but also the shifting of people, for which more than 3 lakh people have been shifted into these centers already.
All right, Manogya, stay on with me. I'm also now joined by Ashish Pandey from Hyderabad for inputs from Andhra Pradesh. Ashish, the fact that now the cyclone has made a landfall in Odisha, and people in Andhra Pradesh as well are slated to be affected by it. A lot of evacuations have been made by the government.
Yes, you're absolutely right. At around in between 6 to 6:30 a.m. this morning, cyclone Titli has made landfall near Gopalpur of Odisha, close to Srikakulam border of Andhra Pradesh. Particularly the affected districts are Srikakulam, Vizianagaram, Visakhapatnam, as well as north coastal districts of East Godavari and West Godavari, and they are receiving witnessing high surface wind reaching up to 124 km per hour, to heavy to very heavy rainfall. At the real-time governance center, the Chief Minister himself is present. He is taking stock of the situation. Government of Andhra Pradesh has established several control rooms in Visakhapatnam, in Srikakulam, in Vizianagaram district. They have evacuated people from low-lying areas and continuously monitoring the situation. So far, we have not received any information of any kind of casualty or human loss of life. But yes, there are large-scale damage of crops is expected. Particularly, these districts are known for its cashew nut cultivation and palm and coconut tree harvesting. So, government is also expecting and fearing that crop damage will be high because of severe wind speed, and later on they expect after the landfall in next 3 to 4 hours, heavy rainfall will start, and which will affect the low-lying areas, and that's why, as precautionary measures, they have evacuated people from low-lying and flood catchment areas.
Right. Also, Manogya, the fact that the Met Department has warned that the cyclone Titli and its impact is going to continue till about the 12th of October, till midnight, and that's when it starts to recede. So it is ample time for for the government to actually see that the kind of destruction is reduced to minimum, and this is actually allowing a lot of people who have already been evacuated. But what really happens to the people who have been staying in these low-lying areas, as Ashish was also mentioning, the crops and everything that is going to be damaged because of this massive cyclonic storm? What is the government really doing? Because the impact is going to continue till tomorrow late in the night.
Well, the government knows, as well as the people who have been staying in these low-lying areas have been staying there for decades. They are accustomed to the kind of natural kind of calamities that they faced earlier also, but this is not just one of the reasons. The fact that they've been trained over the years to listen to the district administration and to follow the instructions of the Met Department and the weather forecast diligently time and again. The fishermen are always very precarious when they venture into the city and into the sea, and they are also given all kinds of initial information on what would be the next plan of action because of the weather or the turmoil that could happen in the sea. These are all precautionary measures that are taken 24/7, 365 days. But for such kind of calamities, they have to keep in mind that the casualties are the least and the destruction of property is the minimal that can be kept by the district or the state administration. The Odisha government has been used to all kinds of preparations earlier also. They have seen Hudhud, they have seen other cyclone storms earlier also.
Right.
But this, of course, is one of those kind of preparations where they have been extremely prepared that the casualty is almost nil across the state.
Also, Ashish, the fact that school, colleges and everything has been shut in and around the areas there, what is the development on that front when it comes to precautionary measures by the government?
Yes, the East Coast Railway, which is taking care of the area, particularly the track crossing from Odisha to Andhra Pradesh and further leading to southern state of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Railway has cancelled several trains. They have diverted several trains. Apart from railway, road traffic completely blocked on the highways connecting Odisha to Andhra Pradesh. On that highway also, vehicular movement has been stopped from yesterday evening. Since yesterday evening, there is no vehicular movement. Administration is monitoring the situation. They have ample number of NDRF teams as well as SDRF, state disaster relief force team, and all are now getting ready to head on toward affected areas. Once they identify the affected areas where the maximum casualty or maximum damage reports are coming, the teams will be heading toward those areas. The major challenge whenever a cyclone hits and is post the landfall, when several trees, electricity, telecommunication towers, it gets uprooted, and then the challenge is to restore and clear the road locality as well as restoring the connection of power and telecommunication. So yes, since like Manogya was telling that Odisha as well as Andhra Pradesh has been kind of witnessing such kind of natural calamity and cyclone from past several years, so they have to stand more prepared, and that's why we saw Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu himself monitoring the situation while attending the real-time governance sector. And
right, Ashish, in fact, just stay on with me. I'm also now joined by the Met Department's Additional Director General, Dr. M. Mahapatra. Mr. Mahapatra, the fact that, finally the cyclone has made a landfall there in Odisha, the kind of, impact that cyclone Titli is going to be having, and also can you take me through the kind of route that the cyclone and the impact where it'll proceed to? Just take us through that first, sir.
Yeah, the very severe cyclone storm Titli has crossed North Andhra Pradesh and South Odisha coast today morning during 4:30 to 5:30 hours IST with a wind speed of 140 to 150 kmph, gusting 165 kmph as estimated by us. And Gopalpur reported a maximum wind speed of 126 kmph. So there could have been the extensive damage to thatched houses and uprooting of trees and damage to electric and telephone lines and poles, and also standing crops. And as the system is now over land, it is moving towards land also. Therefore, it will weaken gradually. But however, for next 12 hours, there will be the intensity of cyclone, and hence we can have the wind speed stronger over coastal Odisha and adjoining areas of the interior parts of Odisha for the next 12 hours, leading to the structural damages also. At the same time, we are also expecting the continuance of rainfall activity. Today also we are expecting heavy to very heavy rainfall over Odisha, especially the coastal and adjoining interior districts of Odisha. And already we have got a record of heavy to very heavy rainfall over the coastal Odisha and adjoining areas. And as we are expecting, the system will move further northeast towards West Bengal, though it will be weakening. But under its impact, the rainfall will also commence over West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Tripura from today onwards, with the occurrence of heavy to very heavy rainfall at isolated places. But however, Odisha will continue to get some extremely heavy rainfall, some isolated places today, and tomorrow also North Odisha may get heavy to very heavy rainfall at isolated places.
Also, Dr. Mahapatra, so you're saying that this is going to last till about 12 hours. That is, we'd have to actually brace up for this till about tomorrow, that is the 12th of October. But any advice or caution for people, as people in the low-lying areas have already been evacuated? But as you're mentioning that this cyclone is going to impact the people living in the plains, also in and around the areas that it is going to hit. What is the word of caution that you are actually going ahead and advising for these people?
Yeah, we are continuing our advice. People should continue to remain in safe place as long as in their area there is impact of cyclone. We are continuously updating the information and providing to general public, press, electronic media, and concerned disaster management agencies. And especially the fishermen, we have been also warning they should not go into the sea today, and because sea condition is phenomenal at this time, with wave height of 40 meters or more, and also there is storm surge, inundation of saline water in certain areas. There could be inundation because of the heavy rainfall also in low-lying areas. So therefore, people should be cautious and stay themselves in safe places.
All right, Dr. Mahapatra, thank you so much for joining us with those inputs. Manogya, you heard Dr. Mahapatra over there as he's talking about the impact that Cyclone Titli is going to have in other places as well. Talking about West Bengal, it is going to severely affect the transport services. The rail services, I believe, have been suspended for the time being. Just take us through those inputs as well.
The entire stretch of East Coast Railway has been suspended since yesterday. We've been told that even the Eastern Railway as well as the Southern Railway will be affected massively, because since yesterday afternoon almost no trains have been allowed to go on the route to Bhubaneswar to Odisha. There were also protests at Howrah station later in the evening also, because the trains were cancelled unexpectedly. Perhaps that is only on the land route. For the air route also, since yesterday all flights have been suspended, delayed or cancelled. Since yesterday all entering into Odisha or flying out of Odisha. So for now the air route as well as land route stands completely affected. The roads are absolutely not safe to travel for vehicles also, because of the gushing winds that might also overturn vehicles because of the speed, which is more than 120 km/h. There are trees that have been uprooted at various places. There are roads that have been blocked, and that would be the biggest challenge for the state authorities to ensure that the roads are cleared at the earliest, so that the traffic movement continues smoothly, not only interstate but also intrastate. Besides that, the connectivity of the internet as well as phone connectivity is expected to be hampered in all these areas, because the telephone towers and other satellite connections would be affected due to bad weather, and at some places where even the towers would be damaged due to these heavy winds. So perhaps a lot of work for the state administration, not just about controlling the number of casualties but also ensuring that the least damage takes place, and wherever damage has taken place, life comes back to normal at this moment.
Absolutely. So just to take us through for the viewers to know exactly what has happened here, it's Cyclone Titli that has made a landfall near Gopalpur in Odisha at around 6:15 this morning. Now it's a very severe cyclonic storm, and the location of the landfall is 86 kilometers southwest of Gopalpur, and this cyclone will be bringing in its wake very, very heavy rainfall, which could also lead to flooding and strong winds. And by tomorrow night, Titli will weaken into a cyclonic storm before ultimately dissipating as a depression, in fact, by the night of October 12th. And this is what the fury of Cyclone Titli is, which our colleagues are bringing to you. The contact information of disaster management authorities and everything has been put in place, and that's what the government is going ahead and doing, including advising people to stay away from the low-lying areas.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.